Hey, it's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. And guess what, people? That means it is Run It Back Mondays with God's House of Restoration, episode 3. Man, thank y'all for tuning in with us and vibing with us and rocking with us. We sure do appreciate that here at God's House of Restoration. If you don't know me by now, I'm your guy, I'm your man, I'm your host right now, Mr. KJ, reporting to you on your screen. And this is a simple segment. We just call it Run It Back Mondays, man. We're just going to recap what took place in the house of the Lord on yesterday. I can tell you it was a mighty time, but y'all know my slogan. Hey, we're going to be here for a good time, but not a long time, man. I promise you that. So we're going to dive right up into it, man, and see what Minister Alexander had to say yesterday at God's House of Restoration morning worship service. So y'all know what it is, people. Let's run it back.
I really believe if you really pay attention to this, it'll bless you, because a lot of us say that we have faith. A lot of us can say that we have faith. But just saying is just words. You know, there needs to be some action behind it. I've never, that I know of, been in a situation where I felt like I really was going to die. Whether it, be like cancer or whatever it may be. To have that kind of faith that I need to say, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to die. God said I shall live and not die. I'm not going to die. And I've never been in that situation. But I know there have been many Christians that have been in that situation, that made that confession, and they're still here today. And they're praising God for it. Because they stood on what God said and believed and trusted in his word and have faith to continue to just stand fast on it. And I believe that there are some that have stood fast on his word and confessed and stand by their confession. And they may have went on to be with God. And that's not for any of us to question that. Sometime I believe God, I know all the time God knows what's best for us. At what time. So we shouldn't question him. Understand that when he said it, whatever he's saying, it's going to manifest. And we can't pay attention to what we see with these eyes, what we hear with these ears.
Yeah, shout out to Minister Alexander for that fire on yesterday, man. He was simply talking about, where's your faith? Ask yourself that question. Where's your faith levels at? Where are you at with your faith? Where are you at with your walk? What do you really believe in? Do you really have it? You know what I'm saying? Look it up. Look it up and see what actual faith is. Like, check yourself on that. Ask yourself, do you really have this faith that we all heard about and that we hear the preachers preach about? Do you really have that? Do you really walk in that? So, man, shout out to Minister Alexander for that awesome word on yesterday. And I encourage everybody to go back and watch the full sermon, man, because it was kind of like a 2-part sermon. He was talking about fear/faith. So I encourage everybody to go back and check that out, man. But before I get up out of here, I was thinking about a scripture. I think it's in Luke. I believe it's in Luke chapter 17. Don't quote me on the verse, where God was simply saying, man, all we got to do is have faith the size of a mustard seed. Sorry, so people, look, right here. This is a green bean seed. I'm going to go across the camera to make sure y'all can see. This is a green bean seed. And a mustard seed is smaller than this. This green bean seed is pretty small. But a mustard seed is even smaller than this, probably twice as small as this. And that's all God said we have to have in our faith and our walk. It's so small, y'all. So, y'all be blessed. Where's your faith? It's been Run It Back Mondays, episode 3 with God's House of Restoration. Y'all be blessed, people.
Don't forget to join us Sunday mornings at 10:30, 1407 Miller Street, Christiana.